Thank you. Thank you all. It is always a blessing and exciting to come. And October is my favorite time, or the fall is my favorite time of the year. But we've been doing this, wow, 14 years. And I came in today and I said, wow, they've changed. I think it's before COVID. I was the last time that I was here, but I always count it joy to come and present and have a proclamation presented to the West Central Georgia Cancer Coalition. There are many opportunities for businesses to get involved. I know you all will be putting out the pink ribbons, but we also have pink ribbons that businesses can participate in, just a donation. Someone can write their loved one's name in memory and in honor of that, and the proceeds would benefit the West Central Georgia Cancer Coalition. But all of the services that we provide are at no cost to anyone. We serve 13 counties. Lee and Russell County are a part of our region, and the services are uninsured for those persons that are uninsured and underinsured. If someone's a small business owner and they don't have insurance, we take care of them as well. Those women that need a mammogram, you may have a loved one that is going through cancer treatment, and the proceeds from Paint the Town Pink, the donations that we receive, 100% of the funds remain here in our community. And so we are truly blessed to be a part of Positively Phoenix City. And thank you, Mayor Lowe, for all of your support. And we'd love for you to register for the walk run if you're available. It is October 20th, and we are just excited about this walk run. And it's a glow run. It's going to be at Woodruff Park. Hundreds of people are there right now. I think we have about 400 people that are registered. So we are on the move, and we are truly blessed. And if you need more information, you may contact me at 706-660-0317. And again, thank you, Mr. Hunter. I know it's been years, because I think you were the first one to do the recognition prior to. And so we just thank you all for everything that you do. And I did want to say, my classmate is here. Chris and I graduated together, your chief. So, am I? No. I don't know, but we're still young. But thank you. But thank you so much. And I know, Dr. Gordy, you've been supporting the Cancer Coalition as well, and some of the others. So thank you all so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Something you need to keep in sight and in mind, so we certainly appreciate you. All right, council, proceeding on, I'm the city clerk. At this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for September 18th work session, as well as September 19th council meeting. Since we were all present, I would ask this council that we take it in one vote. Okay? I have a motion. Mr. Day, may I have a second? Council
me on the spot there, but
Oh, yeah.
ate my Wheaties
That's
this
part of it.
morning.
Being put on the spot.
Just a couple of things.
Yes, sir.
Not there, particularly, the question is, give them a little bit of highlight.
So, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I am in week, 9, 10 in this job, but I can tell you that it is absolutely the funnest job I've ever had. It's serving the community, and it is working collaboratively with the city, with the county, with Smith Station, with all the departments. It has been a joy to do. So I will absolutely say that I'm enjoying this opportunity. The chamber's job, though, is really to inform our members and be the bridge that serves the members and their needs to you as their government agency, and be that glue that holds that together. Because if you took every call that came to you for whatever the needs are, you would spend all your time, answering questions for, and that's kind of what our role is to be that liaison, to make sure that they know what is available to them, but also to be that voice to you to hear what they may be having concerns about. So that's the main and primary thing. But it's also to be an extension from you to serve the community and being a part of the activities that you're doing. Just for instance, this weekend, the opening ceremonies, we're helping find resources among our members to help, to staff some volunteers and that kind of thing. So our job is really just to be an extension to you and to help our members be involved with what's going on in the community and to be that glue that holds that all together.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Comments or questions? I'll call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day? Councilmember Carter? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also on Administration Council, there's a resolution in reference to rescinding resolution number 2022-246 in reference to accepting an offer from David Downing Homes LLC to purchase 2113 Walker Court in an amount of $40,000. Mrs. Lee.
Whereas resolution number 2022-246 was approved on November 15, 2022, accepting an offer from David Downing Homes LLC to purchase 2113 Walker Court in the amount of $40,000, and further authorize the mayor and city manager to sign all documents necessary to finalize the purchase of said property. And whereas the offer has been withdrawn by David Downing Homes LLC, now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that resolution number 2022-246 adopted and approved November 15, 2022, in reference to accepting an offer from David Downing Homes LLC to purchase 2113 Walker Court in the amount of $40,000, and further authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign all documents necessary to the property is hereby rescinded. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Lee. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. All right, so any comments or discussion? All right, if not, call for the vote. Mrs. Lee.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, council under administration is a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign the documentation and accept an offer from Harden Builders LLC to purchase of 2113 Walker Court in the amount of $30,000. Mrs. Lee.
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phenix City is committed to the economic growth and development of the city, and whereas the City of Phenix City has residential property it no longer needs for sale at 2113 Walker Court, and whereas the city previously accepted an offer from David Downing Homes LLC to purchase said lot in resolution 2022-246, and whereas the previous offer has been withdrawn by David Downing Homes LLC in resolution number
comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, we realized that originally, this, you put in a bid for 40,000. Do we have so much leverage while the citizen came from 40,000 to 30,000, why that took place?
Yes, sir, Councilman Day. Great question. So the previous resolution was an offer that was made by David Downey Holmes previously. And so after he made that offer, some time had passed, and he decided to withdraw that offer. And so since then, the property's gone back on the market, and this has been, a new offer was submitted by Harding Builders for this property for $30,000. So the offer was less than the previous offer, but given the circumstances of this property, there's some easements on the property that limit some ability on the property. And so because of that, we feel this is a fair offer that is being made now, and we're ready to accept that one.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir?
Any other comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager and chief of police to enter into an agreement for the administration of grant funds through the SEARHSO-ESCC Community Traffic Safety Program from October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the Phoenix City Police Department wishes to participate in the Southeast Region Community Traffic Safety Program and has been awarded grant funds to participate in the program beginning October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. And whereas said funds are provided by ADECA and are administered through Southeast Alabama Regional Highway Safety Office, Enterprise State Community College, and shall be used to pay for overtime and traffic enforcement costs. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the mayor and city manager as authorizing officials and George Stollinger as chief of police are hereby authorized and directed to enter into an agreement for the administration of SEARHSO-ESCC Community Traffic Safety Program funds from October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024 funding period. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October, 2023.
Okay, thank you again. Council, we've all heard the resolution. It's time I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Any comments or discussion? If not, call for the vote, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Thank you. The next council proceeding on the building department. We have a public hearing and approval of two resolutions in reference to the fixing of costs incurred by the city of Phoenix City for the removal of substandard structures and the establishment of special asset assessment upon properties located at 2006 Fourth Avenue, 6077 7th Place. At this time, council, I am going to declare this as a public hearing. If there's anyone that would like to come and address council in reference to these fixing of costs and the removal of these substandard properties, structures, now's the time to do so. All right, since no one has stepped forward, we are closing this public hearing. And I will ask the clerk if she would read one national resolution, council, and we will take both of these in one set. Okay? Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama was requested by the building official of the city to authorize the demolition and removal of substandard structures at the following locations in Phoenix City: 2006 4th Avenue, 607 7th Place. And whereas the City Council on the 3rd day of July, 2023, by resolution number 2023-133 and resolution 2023-134, approved the apparent low bid to demolish and or remove said substandard structures located on each on each individual resolution for that particular property is taken from the records of the Revenue Commissioner's Office of Russell County, 1000 Broad Street, Phenix City, Alabama, 36867. 4, that the property owners listed below for each property are as shown on the tax records of Russell County, Alabama. 2006 4th Avenue, Anson, Durham, 32 Riverside Landing, Fort Mitchell, Alabama, 36756. 607 7th Place, Charles Van Thompson, 17321 Highway 43 North, Northport, Alabama, 35475. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Mr. Brett?
That was a lot.
Council, we've heard the reading of the master resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion. All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. We have a second.
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Carter. Any comments or discussion? Not, call for the vote, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Boyd?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Council, proceeding on the Economic Development and Planning Department. We have a resolution in reference to authorize the mayor and city manager to enter into a 36-month lease agreement with Best Copy Products Corporation for one sharp BP-70C55 network digital color copy in an amount of $195.45 per month. Mrs. Lee.
Whereas the Phoenix City, whereas the City of Phoenix City Economic Development Department needs to replace the current copier system. And whereas the city has received a proposal from Best Copy Products Incorporated for a Sharp BP70C55 network digital color copier at a monthly rental fee of $195.45 plus applicable taxes and 0054 per black and white copies and 4 cents per color copy per state of Alabama contract number 140603-AL-06. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign the attached license agreement with Best Copy Products Incorporated for a 36-month lease for a Sharp BP-70C55 network digital color copier. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Lee, for the reading of the proclamation. Excuse me, of that resolution. Council, you've heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Councilman Day, and I have a second. Second. Second, Councilman Moore. Comments or discussion? Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Boyd?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council proceeding on the Engineering and Public Works Department. There's a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign and accept the dedication of the drainage and utilities from Seth D. Navajo. I think that's right. Related to Navajo. But I think that's Navajo. Could be Navajo too. Anyway. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Whereas it has been determined that a stormwater drainage pipe needs to be installed on property located at 1309 Melanie Lane to divert stormwater from the road and off of said lot. And whereas the installation of said pipe will require a 7-feet easement in addition to an existing 5-feet easement along the westerly property line of said lot. And whereas it has been determined that the owner of said property, Seth D. Naranjo, has agreed to grant the necessary easement being described as follows. Excuse me. A drainage and utility easement located on the west side of Tract 5 Riverbend subdivision being located in section 34, township 18 north, range 30 east, Phoenix City, Lee County, Alabama, and being more particularly described as follows. Commence on the northwest corner of Tract 5, then south 88 degrees, 58 minutes, 18 seconds east along the south right-of-way of Melanie Lane, 5.0 feet to a point on the right-of-way beginning the point of beginning. Then continue along the right-of-way south 88 degrees, 58 feet to a point, then north 0 1 degree, 46 minutes, 55 seconds west, 196.31 feet to the point of beginning. Said tract of parcel of land containing 0.03 acres, 1,306.80 square feet. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign and accept the dedication of the drainage and utility easement as described above. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Okay, get you ready. Thank you, Ms. Lee.
It's been a while since I had to do a legal.
Council, we have all heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilwoman Carter, and I have a second. Second from Councilman Day. Any comments or discussion? Okay, Ms. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Thank you. And also, Council, on the Engineering and Public Works Department, there's a resolution in reference to accepting the dedication of a drainage easement from Timothy Thompson and Tanner Thompson. This is it.
Yes, sir. Whereas the Phoenix City Planning Commission has determined that it's in the best interest of the city to accept the dedication of an easement for access to and maintenance of public utilities as dedicated by the A property survey in the division of 1.40 acres lying in the northwest quarter, section 5, township 17 north, range 30 east, Russell County, Alabama, dated June 1st, 2023, prepared by D. Nathan McBride, registered land surveyor. And whereas the owners of said property, Timothy Thompson and Tanner Thompson, desires to dedicate the same to the city of Phenix City. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby accept the dedication of said easement for public utilities as shown on the above referenced administrative subdivision. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Lee. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to have a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Councilman Day, and a second from Councilman Gordon. Got that? David, Gordon. Council, any comments or discussion? Mrs. Lee?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Proceeding on now in the police department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign an agreement with Russell County for the mutual exchange of business license information. Mrs. Lee.
Yes. Whereas Russell County Commission has requested cooperation in providing Russell County a monthly report of business license issued by the city of Phoenix City. And whereas the city of Phoenix City desires to enter into an agreement with Russell County, and whereas the agreement will provide for the mutual exchange of business license information between the city of Phoenix City and Russell County, and whereas the city council finds the agreement to be a necessity for the day-to-day operations of city business. Now therefore be it resolved that the city council of the city of Phoenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and the city manager to sign such agreement with Russell County. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Thank you again, Mrs. Lee. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Comments or discussion, Council?
If I can, what kind of information do you swap back and forth?
Is this the first time they've actually?
Yeah, Mayor and Council, this is the first time that I'm aware of that they've asked for it by letter. I think in the past we have kind of shared it with them, but due to some conflicts and all that did end. Now they've come back. And sent us a letter requesting the information be shared. The information that we share is just going to be the business license information only that the people will have on their business license. It is not to be shared, for personal reasons to obtain any information on anybody other than to specify that if they're in business within our municipality or within the police jurisdiction. That is the only information that we're going to be sharing with them.
Well, I mean, they don't buy the rate, buy the county license, or you have to buy a city license, so I mean, what
They-
would be the purpose
so-
of going backwards on the information?
Sometimes the county license is not bought before the city license is issued. We typically, we don't know if they have a county license or not. If we issue them a city license, we do tell them that they should purchase a county license, or at least go and inquire if they need a county license. But we don't verify that they have a county license before we issue a city license. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you got your regulatory license, and each county license, and then we'll take your license.
Right.
But
But-
I guess what you're saying is, the county would have no way to know without approaching the city, and the city would have no way to know approaching the county. I guess unless you ask each other.
Yes, sir.
to the business and the law.
Yes, sir.
To the history, Council, good morning. There's actually an ordinance, a city ordinance that provides or allows the city to disclose this information as necessary. The taxpayer information is actually not of public record, so that's why we have an ordinance allowing us to share. It was, the city in the past, since that ordinance was enacted, has shared that information with the county. But just prior to COVID, the county began a series of lawsuits, instigated a series of lawsuits and litigation, including annexation lawsuits, water sewer jurisdiction, jail contract, and the termination of their dispersing gas tax money to the city. So during that time, we discontinued because the information that we were sharing with the county was being misused, in our opinion, and was being used against us in the litigation. So in a spirit of cooperation with the county, we've looked this over and feel like it would be a good idea to share the information.
So in other words, the first one, they stopped sharing this information.
No, sir. No, we discontinued sharing the information. Yes, sir.
You spoke about gas tax. I understand that it's still in court and litigation.
Yes, sir.
Well, what changed on the attitude towards the county and their misuse? I mean, did the person that was doing that quit doing it, or they lost their job, or, you know, I mean, that's what I'm coming from. It's kind of something that ends satisfy us.
Well, no, sir, they probably should help just like everyone else. And what I've done to change our outlook on this is not to embarrass you all, because we try to do things that's fair. And, like Jan said, we're going back and forth with these lawsuits, we're just trying to make sure we can work together with one another. But I want to make sure it's easy to, what I say this. Because I have to watch the station, I watch Russell County, and we should be working for the citizens and working with each other to all hot shots with each other. This started back, and this go back with the legislature and everything in 2007 and 8, when they was allowed to help the county bring in more funds. So they, whatever license we charge, if it's $100, they can charge $3, $4, $75, whatever. If they come up, we make $80 off us, then it's $750,000. It's to help each other, you know, bring in revenue and make sure things there. We get out and we do the footwork to make sure that our guys are inspected and we was helping them do these things. But we got blindsided, you know, without getting any level of any information. So instead of, when this was requested, instead of continuing that on, you have to take the high road. And that's what we're doing, take the high road to put these things out there, but at the same time, I want
So they requested it to be again. to start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The chair of the commission sent a
Well, I
letter.
guess they'll hopefully have a good attitude this time and work like it's supposed to work, is what I'm trying to say, to everybody benefit the county and city, but especially the citizens.
Yes, sir.
It's got to work.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hammond.
Thank you, Lord, thank you. Any other comments, discussion? None, Ms. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding along, council on the police department is a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign a contract with Neil Kendus and Mercury, PC for professional services. Ms. Lee?
Yes, sir. Whereas the city of Phenix City, Alabama is in need of professional services to develop plans to construct a property and evidence warehouse. And whereas Neil Kendus and Murray, PC, have the expertise and the experience and qualifications to perform these services. And whereas as part of this project, Neil Kendus and Murray, PC, will provide design, development, and construction review services. And whereas the city has negotiated a contract with Neil Kendus and Murray, PC, to perform these services per the attached AIA standard form agreement in the amount of $33,750. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign the attached contract with Neil Kendus and Murray, PC, for the above described services, passed, approved, and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Thank you so much. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve. And we have a motion from Councilman Gordon, we have a second. Second. Second, Councilman Gordon. We have a motion and we have a second. Any comments or discussion?
Yes, sir. Right now, I have evidence, and property evidence. This house here on the city back here. Got way back there on the police department house that right now. And I know you said you're gonna build a new warehouse. Where are they gonna be built?
Yes, sir. Currently, and this is, the reason for this is we basically, property and evidence, it's something that continues to grow, and it's always going to continue to grow. We're constantly taking in new evidence, and we have to store that evidence until cases are adjudicated in court. Some cases may take 3 to 5 years, and then we have to even keep it longer for the appeal process. So what happens is we just continue to accumulate more and more property and evidence. At one time, it was all stored here at the PD in this building. Then we had some connexes out back on the parking lot that we stored some, which moved into, now we're also storing on 12th Street back here behind the city, behind the old animal shelter, is a property and evidence building. We've even outgrown that at this point. So in our 5-year plan, we've looked at this on where we could possibly build a storage facility. Downing Drive down there at our training facility, we have the room for it. We've had a soil analysis done down there to see if it's suitable to build on, but we're looking to build approximately a 50 by 100 metal building, fenced, and have the facilities down there to not only store property and evidence, but also process for our crime scene folks to go down there and process evidence in there in a secure and safe environment. So it's just a matter of, over the years, this is something we've known, it's been coming. We put the money in our budget, in our current budget to build this building, and just putting feet to it at this point and trying to get the ball rolling on building.
Thank you.
Chief? Any other comments or discussion? I'd like to call for a vote. Ms. Lee?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Proceeding on, council on the police department is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign an agreement with the Valley Rescue Mission to locate collection boxes. This is good.
Yes, sir. Whereas the city of Phoenix City desires to enter into an agreement with the Valley Rescue Mission, and whereas the Valley Rescue Mission provides services to the citizens of Phoenix City at no charge, and whereas the Valley therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to sign such agreement with the Valley Rescue Mission as approved and adopted this third day of October 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Council, we've heard the resolution. May I have the motion?
Motion.
Motion from Councilman Gordon, that's a second. Councilman Day? Any comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, on itemized statement expense for the fire department. We have a person that's going to training in Tavius Miller. I'd like to ask for a motion for the approval of that expense for $25.63. Have a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion, and a second. Second. And a second. Please speak.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, council. Thank everyone for being here. At this time, council, I'd like to ask if there are any comments, council members would like to make. I ask the city manager, does he have anything to say?
I want to thank the Cancer Coalition representative and all the organization itself for coming out and presenting that information because it's very helpful and useful to many of us. And we have all benefited in some form or fashion from the Cancer Coalition. So we support them in all their efforts. So we thank them for the information packages that we brought this morning. And Mayor, we don't get a chance to, just kind of passing and going to different functions here in our community. A lot of people say thank you for the job that you do, and thank the city for, for the sweepers, I mean, it's just stuff like that, and we don't get a chance to see and hear that. And when it comes to me, I like to let the city know and citizens know that we hear them and we thank them, and they want to just say thank you to the city for the great work that they're doing. There are times, still with the handling COVID, we still may be short here and there, but we do our best as a city, as a council, and definitely, the city employees. So I just want to let them know that we heard them, and they tell me to tell you all thank you for the great work that you continue to do. So I'm the messenger here. Again, thank you and congratulations to those employees. 6 years of service combined. It makes a bold statement to say the city has stability. The city has committed employees that want to work and continue to do the work that they were hired to do. So, and I share this story once again about Ms. Forge and those people over Parks and Rec. Excuse me. But they were just so pleased with the level of service that was presented. And again, I just say thank you. They tell me to tell them thank you. So again, I'm the messenger here, and they say thank you for all that you do. So I appreciate that opportunity to say that.
Anyone else?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. As I said on yesterday, I shared this with people here in the work session on yesterday. I'm sharing this with our citizens here, especially not only District 3, but throughout the state of Phoenix City. Phoenix City is on the move, a lot of businesses are located here, and they're telling me that Mr. Day that you're doing a fantastic job now, they're going old businesses coming. And I said to them, I said, I dare not take any credit because that belongs to the engineer department, proper workers, Mr. Hyman, staff. And those are the folks that really are doing the work. And I'm just, as I said, it's represent that district, I'm proud to represent that district. And I like to say one other thing, Mr. Hyman, this goes for our local city. I like to there so much before this morning, and talk about all that trash down there. Evidently, when you do up the truck, so I put all that trash, on the back of the truck, sometimes it goes off and, end up in our right away. So, but it took all of us to take a look at that, it took all of us to try to help people out. Thank you, sir. Sure, I'm going to elaborate on that for us.
No, see, you really be starting down there. See, yeah, but I mean, I'm going down there. I was gonna say, let me say this, that's what you got. You know, a lot of our workers, they're working real hard out there, diligently, you know, we've come off of an extremely hot summer, and our workforce is starting to gradually, numbers are gonna come back up, fall season. A lot of times, when you get out and move right away, you get out and move beaches at the same time. And we need people to understand that. There's some things that we have some misunderstandings going on between what the city does and the type of work it does in comparison to what people understand it is right now. I was going to ask, Max, our parks would be great. Our parks are making it time and explain something about our city facilities right now. Because the facilities are not free. It takes upkeep, it takes people working there. It's an understanding in the capacity. We have a misunderstanding with people's capacity and that works in a different way. So while we have this opportunity on TV, if you go over the rental of the buildings as far as capacity.
Yes, sir. Well, what the building we're talking about is in reference to is the Martin Idler Park Community Center. We have a rental agreement that we put out there for people to do it, and a lot of the big questions we get a lot of times is how many people will it hold? And so that's why when we built the building, we get with the fire department and the building department. They're the ones that set the capacity for us because of square footage. And we do the best we can to try to pass that capacity on to the citizens to help best get the most bang for their buck, if you will, to get the most people they're allowed to get in the facility. So with that, we put numbers on our applications, kind of as a guideline to help assist people. And that's what it is. It's a guideline. It's not a, I mean, it's obviously, we can't exceed it, but there may be situations where we have to decrease the number, by things that you ask for. You know, if you're wanting just a auditorium style thing, which is just chairs, you know, obviously you can put more people in there than you can if you start adding tables to your event. So we've had a situation where a group has tried to rent the building and there we've put some limitations on how many people they can have in the building because of the number of tables they're having and the stage that they're wanting to have. And they're upset that they're having to pay the $1,000 and we could have in their facility, even though the building can hold 300 people. But when you add tables and chairs and the stage, that limits the number of people you can put in the building to things. So that's kind of where what this is, Mr. Hunter. Yes, sir, it's stated in here. It says in here, it says the capacity of the building is 300 people, the auditorium style, or 230 with tables and chairs. That's in the main room there. So that's about 30 tables. That's about 30 tables in there. But then when you add a stage at one end of that, that's going to take away some of those tables and chairs. And then you all know, you've been in there, you've been to the mayor's breakfast, you've been to other things. When you have round tables, you won't just because you got space there doesn't mean if somebody's sitting in that chair, it's a lot different than if the chair's pushed underneath the table. So when you got two grown adults sitting there and you're having to try to get between them, you know, although the space allows you to have people in there, you want to make it where it's functional, where people can get around. So we set a capacity to that too, and it's on the sheet, and they don't want to abide by that capacity.
You go from 300, talk about 230 chairs, but when you start adding stages, you reduce those numbers also.
Yes, sir.
The fire chief can tell you, this room is best, square footage. It's a breakdown of how many people can go in here, square footage wise. When you add chairs to it, that reduces the number. You add tables here, then you look at what would be in the aisle. That's accounted for. It's a broken down system that we need people to understand. But if someone tell me, well, this group was in there and they had 200 people, well, they legally done that. Because they were told who's supposed to have been in there, and they don't want to be monitored by inspectors or fire when they get there, you know. You got to tell the truth about things. So now we have
It clearly states in the reservation rental contract, please note the building capacity varies, banquet hall configuration changes, i.e. more tables, lower capacity, larger stage, lower capacity, larger dance area, lower capacity. So all this is stated in the initial rental of the contract. And then on the back, we have all the rules and regulations that are stated out here in black and white, and they go through and initial them. And it clearly states in here on line 4, no fundraising, commercial or charitable activity or nonprofit, i.e. admissions, ticket sales, food sales, DJs or vendors, etc. And they initial it, and then when you flip around to the front page, and it asks if they're charging a rental fee, and it says yes, they're charging $75 a head. So either they're not profit or not. So.
That's not a nonprofit.
Yeah, man.
No problem. And not only that, if they were gonna have it, you can have it, but you would have to do all that outside. You can't do that.
And charge. And the mayor followed them with the laws.
We don't have a facility large enough for the mayor's office.
Exactly.
But that's essentially what they're trying to hold us to the 300 people capacity, and it's not feasible. Not in us take care of the building like it's supposed to. I mean, sure, we can pile 300 people in there, but they're gonna knock holes in the wall and stain the carpet and tear the chairs up, and, so that's why we do that. And like I said, the only thing I see different we could do is we can put a number on the number of things, but there's so many configurations you can do that. The mayor knows we do the mayor's breakfast. And just for instance, there's 24 tables we set up for the mayor's breakfast, and we do it sideways. So, and it's,
Chief, you want to speak on this? So we got safety protocol like this in place.
make you look good, make you look good.
So if the
You gotta
building
get in
has
front of the
a,
mic, they can't hear you.
they can hear me. If the building has a total occupant load of 300, that's the entire building. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna put 300 in Hall A and Hall B. There's a number for Hall A and Hall B if you have tables and chairs. All right, so you may have some people in the kitchen, you may have some people in the hall, out in the lobby. But like Todd said, depending on how that event center is set up, that determines the number of people that can be in the entire building. If you put a stage in there, that's gonna take square footage away from, that's common sense. It's gonna take square footage away from who could be sitting, if you had a table and chairs up there, who could be sitting there? Just like this room right here is fixed seating. This number is set because of these chairs are fixed to the floor. So there's different configurations that he can make throughout the building, and that dictates the number of people that can be in there.
And that is stated on the application. When you look at the number, you want to just look at that number, but you don't want to look at the breakdown and reduction of that. That's there, so we just want to be to understand that.
You also have aisle widths, like what Todd was explaining. When you set those tables and chairs up, and you've got people crammed in there, and somebody trying to get out of their seat, and they're running their chair into somebody else, you have to take all that into consideration, just like you do in a restaurant.
Who checks on the number of people once the event's happened, once the event started? Have someone that checks?
We have an employee there, but we don't have a ticket counter, I mean a clicker
That's
counter.
what I'm saying, so it's kind of just.
It's kind of an honor system, but.
Unless we have problems,
Notice will they see an overflow.
that's right, unless we have problems, and then we can monitor it.
Well, that was the next question. If there's too many people there, something did happen. The honor system didn't work because the people committed it, oversold it, or whatever. I mean, that's the whole thing, boils down to public safety.
That's why we try to post the numbers.
But the person that's there monitoring it will notify
Yeah.
the director as to where, somebody's not being fair or not.
Or if it got out of hand.
And then that's when the inspectors put it, so somebody from the fire department go down there and do a head count.
Because you do have, I mean, we don't, I guess we don't see it here, I'm not aware of it, but you do see on TV where all of a sudden a whole group of people, a bum rush party, a bum rush store, whatever. I mean, that can happen up there, something that we ran out. All of a sudden, whole big group over here, just 200 show up there, bust their way in the door, with everybody telling them they can't.
I don't think too that they just allow anybody to rent those facilities because you have to maintain those facilities. So, I mean, he's got a contract with people who sign the organization, so you would hope that they would do the right
That's what I'm
thing.
saying, the right people, if
Yes,
you
sir.
do it the right way, but, I guess you can go by, it just doesn't look right, it doesn't pass the smell.
That's right.
And then once they check those
Boxes.
they had to get a call back and say, okay, this is not allowed, or this is not, and what would they be accepting and making the adjustments, or it's just not a place for them to rent.
Good job.
You know, I say this, trying to, so much confusion going on in the world now, in turmoil, to where it's easy for people to get so easily upset with each other. And people just need to have more patience. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. Thank you all. I do want to reiterate something Mr. Hunter said earlier, that we do have a responsibility to take the high road in most cases. However, I'm not going to dispel that there has to be time where you get on the table. But that's typically the holistic approach of all the team members in the council. So we're going to take the high road, but I can tell you, it's not like we will get on the table. We want to apologize for that, because as we've heard, we've got to do things right, and take it with guarantee we won't. So again, thank you all so much for being here, and as I always say, let's be a lifted and not